Hola, buenos días, chicos. ¿Preparados? ¿Listos? Vamos! Okay, so have you got the worksheet ready for this lesson? If not, find it, get it ready. Step 2, you need to log on to ActiveLearn and complete the starter task. It's a review of the verb estar from our previous lessons, and the links have been put into the worksheet if you're with myself, Miss Henton. If not, hopefully your teacher has organised that for you. Come back to the video when you're ready to move on with today's lesson, which is all about el carnaval en familia. Our learning objective is to explore the carnival traditions in Spain through reading. So that's a skill we're focusing on today. So, el carnaval. Judging by the pictures and the use and spelling of the word carnaval, we can assume that is a cognate. Remember what a cognate is? That is when you have two words in two languages that look the same, or they're very similar and they've got the same or similar meaning. So in this case, we're looking at carnivals. And we are specifically looking at Cadíz, which is in Spain. You've got 4 sentences now. These are on your worksheet as well. They get harder from green, amber to red. See if you can translate them and come back to the video when you're ready for the answers. Excellent. Right. So the green sentence. Está en el sur de España. If we take a look at this picture here, Spain here, we've got Cadíz, sur. Sounds a bit like south. So it is in the south of Spain. Revision of the use of estar for location. Amber, está en la región de Andalucía. It is in the region of Andalucía. Región, we've got a cognate here. Está, similar setup to this sentence here. And Andalucía, yeah, that is this area here, this big southern chunk of Spain. Beautiful area, lots of wonderful countryside, beaches, and some excellent weather. Es famoso por sus celebraciones durante el carnaval. It is famous for its celebrations during carnival. So we've got another cognate here, famoso, celebraciones, celebrations, durante, during, and as we worked out, carnaval is carnivals. And the red sentence, you had a bit of a clue here with this photo, the Easter bunny, because the carnival depends on the Easter holidays, because it is the period of time just before Lent, so when you might decide to give up some chocolate or biscuits, whatever it happens to be, there's a chunk of time just before that, and that is where Spain celebrates their carnival. They're a very traditional society. They are Catholic, so they do look to celebrate the Christian holidays. Excellent. So, when we are reading, there are some things that we need to be looking up, and one of those things are nouns. We all know that nouns are places, objects, people, things. So when we come to look up cognates, we try to use the dictionary as a last resource or any other support because we need to look at the context, the cognates used, and then if we're really stuck, that's when we go to look at a dictionary. Here you have 2 words, padrastro and canción, and they've got these little letters, NM and NF. They mean masculine noun and feminine noun, and that's to show you what they are in the language. And also remember that before a noun we have either the indefinite article to mean a, an, or some if it's plural, so un, una, unos, and unas, and the definite article meaning the, which is el, la, los, las. Moving on to adjectives. Adjectives are describing words, and just like we have here for the nouns, we have NM and NF. we have adj for adjective, but it's not going to tell us if it's masculine or feminine, singular or plural, because they are always listed as the masculine singular form. And that's when you need to remember that the endings change depending on the gender and the quantity. So if it's singular, OA, if it's plural, OS, AS. Feel free to make some notes if you'd like to. Otherwise, let's move forward together. Some of you may know, if you're in my class, Miss Henton's class that is, wordreference.com is an excellent online dictionary that you can use. So I've got an example here. I have searched the noun manzana, not only to work out what it means, but to check that it's a noun. So here we have manzana, meaning apple, and we know that it is feminine and it's a noun because of the use of NF. Same with an adjective. I'm looking up the adjective cansado, and you've got quite a few results down here, so that's when we need to be careful. However, we know it's still an adjective because of ADJ, and the part where we need to be careful is choosing the answer because you've got a lot of options here. Normally we would choose cansado to be tired rather than anything else. Excellent. Using that tip now with word reference, I would like you to match up the photos with this vocabulary here. Your challenge is, once you've worked out all of this new vocab and the photo it goes with, can you translate these 3 sentences? Pause the video and come back for the answers. Muy bien, chicos, vamos a ver las respuestas para la actividad verde. Green task. You have number 1 being mariposa. Hopefully you found that out to be butterfly. Number 2, el desfile. This would be like a procession, a parade. Number 3, los fuegos artificiales. Los fuegos artificiales, fireworks. We've got a selection of things from the sea. Los mariscos, which are shellfish. Some people singing in el coro, the choir, el coro. And number 6, we have a street here, la calle. And the translations in the red box were as follows. The fireworks are pretty. Los fuegos artificiales son bonitos. The butterfly is blue and black. La mariposa es azul y negro. Negra. Why is it negra? Because it's la mariposa, it's feminine. And la calle está en la ciudad. The street is in the city or the town. Excellent. Looking up verbs, we've seen nouns, we've seen adjectives, and now we're on to verbs. And verbs are listed in the infinitive form, and in Spanish, remember, they end in AR, ER or IR. And we see them in a dictionary with the little letter V. You might also see it as VI or VT. On word reference, you see it as this. So, we want to look up the verb habló. It's not in its infinitive form. So I'm going to go to word reference and I'm going to type in habló. You can see I've got a different result here, but I'm just going to ignore that and I click on the search button, making sure that my dictionary is in Spanish to English. I'm then presented with these results. So I have habló at the top, which is the word I searched for, but it's telling me that this is the infinitive. And if I click on this little arrow here, I am presented with hablar in all forms. So in every single tense, in every single person. Remember, yo is I, tú, you singular, él, ella, he, she, and usted is you formal. Nosotros, we, vosotros, you all, you plural, ellos, ellas, they, and ustedes is you formal plural. Ignore this option here, vos. This is Argentinian Spanish and you wouldn't see it anywhere else except for Argentina. Excellent. So now focusing on looking up verbs, I want you to start on the green task on the worksheet, which is to find the infinitive for these verbs. You can then move on to amber, because one of these has an irregular spelling in the first person, so I do something. And then the challenge, take a look at the worksheet for the instructions and come back here for your answers. Green answers. So andamos comes from andar, to walk. Durar comes from durar, which is to last. Participan comes from participar, to participate. Corremos from correr, which is to run. Salimos from salir, which is to go out. Llegáis from llegar, which is to arrive. Amber answer. The irregular spelling for the first person, the verb is salir, and it changes to salgo for the first person. The way I remember it is I go out, so salgo. It's almost as if you're saying I shall go. So I go out, so salgo. And the answers for the red challenge were as follows. So you had to put the English into Spanish, into the present tense. So he, she participates, participa. They go out, salen. I run, corro. You, plural, run, corréis. And you, singular, walk, andas. Moving on. You've got a listening exercise now. All of the instructions are on your worksheet. So the green task is a true or false, and the red, you have got to look up the vocabulary using the techniques from before. Come back for the answers. Okay, hopefully you've managed to complete the listening task. If you haven't, because of issues with logging on, don't worry, move on to the next task. Otherwise, here are your answers for green. So, Anna's grandmother likes the carnival. That is true because she said, mi abuela le gusta. Mateo does not like the carnival because it lasts 10 days. That is false because he says, me gusta el carnaval porque dura 10 días. It lasts 10 days. Mateo's stepmom plays the guitar. That is true because he says, madrastra toca la guitarra. Sonia really likes the carnival because she likes to eat shellfish. That is true. Ignacio's stepdad loves the carnival. That is incorrect. It's false. He actually says, a mi padrastro no le gusta. Emphasis on the no. And his stepdad does not like the fireworks. That is true. For the red answers, you had to find the Spanish by using the techniques and working out if they're a noun, adjective or verb. Disfraces, costumes, noun. Nietos, grandchildren, noun. Madrastra, stepmom, noun. You probably got this answer here for erizos, which is hedgehog. However, what they were referring to as Sonia was discussing shellfish is erizo del mar. This was not said in the listening, but this is technically what she was referring to, and that is a sea urchin. They're all orange and weird inside and they've got spiky shells. And caótico is chaotic, and that's an adjective because you're describing how busy or crazy something might be. Excellent. Moving on, guys, to the final task. You have all of the instructions on your worksheet. It is a reading text about El Carnaval en Cadíz. Tasks A, B and C are to be completed using the techniques from today's lesson and help you explore a bit further what happens in Spain during Carnaval. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.